Hello, welcome to the 25th day of April 2025. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation. This is a video that I make every day, a little bit after waking up, to remember my life objectives and principles. Those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. I also use the time to think about the last 24 hours and how I did with the challenges and the opportunities that I met. I plan for the coming day, I remember the objectives of my creed, and I'm off to the races. So, I'm a little bit disheveled this morning. My morning routine just kind of got a little topsy-turvy. I think it's due to the fact of the changes that are going on, with the new bath, etc. And it's really interesting how I really do feel old age setting in. Retiring has galvanized my sense of growing old. I feel it's in a way, it's very much like literally retiring from my career, leaving my job, is like stepping from an ice floe with a bunch of penguins onto a smaller ice floe, and the crack emerges and start drifting away. It's that immediate, but it takes you a moment to realize what's happening, and it's somewhat irrevocable. Now, given that how much time I spend trying to improve my life, that's not quite the word, attend to life. Apparent. On the other hand, something that's even more apparent is that part of the reason that that's so evident is that I'm not as distracted as I was. During the course of my career, I was distracted in raising a family. I was distracted by the constant need to be earning money and attending to needs and dealing with problems and fixing things that were broken or avoiding problems that I didn't have time to think about the progression of time and the changes that were underway. Now I have plenty of time to think about that. So it may be, and I'm pretty sure that it is, it's less about the fact of change and more of the fact that I have time to see it. Coupled with the fact that retiring really is like stepping onto that aforementioned ice floe. It's a startling thing. Anyway, so I got off to a kind of an immediate start here, huh? Welcome. This is my Good Life meditation. So, hello, new subscribers to the channel. Big thank you for watching my video, and big thanks to my supporters on Patreon and my YouTube members for the cup of coffee and melon pond that I got this morning at Mini Stop. I moved my videos. I stopped making them there, so I had it beforehand. So what I'm going to do now is three things. I'm going to talk about the last 24 hours, then I'll go over the 8 objectives of my creed, and then I'll talk about the next 24 hours. Now, there really isn't a lot I keep notes. There's really not a lot here. Just this aforementioned, and I have the note here: confusion with age. Confusion with age. And it's not a confusion. Well, there is that too. That is a little bit different from the thing I just mentioned. The confusion with age is referring to the fact that, for example, my friend Bob in the United States, those who have been with me for a long time may remember Bob, my neighbor, and he used to walk past my window every day when I lived in Huntington Beach, and we would talk. And Bob quickly underwent a rapid decline for no real good reason other than the fact that he just simply kind of gave up. And I used to go visit Bob even after I moved out to the desert. I would come, if I was down in Orange County, I knew he was put into an old age home, and I would go visit him there, and his decline was so rapid and fast. And he's dead now. I don't think I ever gave an update about that, but Bob slipped and fell and the fall killed him at the convalescent home. That was one case. And there have been others where a sudden change seems to precipitate a rapid decline. Now, why am I talking about that? Well, I'm sensing that myself as well. It's a decline of a different sort, though. It's a decline of it's like I've said it before. It's like when you stop working out, your body condition, kind of your muscles get weak and flabby, and your capability goes down. That's what it feels like a lot. And for me, it's dealing with the day-to-day stuff, even things as simple as driving. I feel myself declining that capacity. Now, this isn't something that I'm necessarily rebelling against or fighting against. I'm all right with the decline. It's just startling to see how it happens and how quickly it unfolds. And it's not a problem that I'm necessarily trying to solve. It's just an observation, startling observation for sure. And now I'm really beginning to understand why so many of my coworkers told me that they would never retire. I think that this is what they were afraid of. They had some cognition or some awareness of the danger that can come. Even Mully said so. He told me once that he wouldn't retire because he wouldn't know what to do with himself. And I don't think he said it quite like that, but I think that's what he meant. He said he's a social person and he needs the stimulation of it all. Even though I'm not a social person. The necessity, the drive and the necessity to wake up and have a job to go to pay the rent, to make ends meet. There's something significant in that. And I've talked about this a couple of times in past videos as well. So I'm hoping to leverage this for positive ends, to find ways to take this fact and utilize it to keep myself fit and nimble, to do good as in accordance with the values that I subscribe to. Okay, that's really all I've got to say for yesterday. As for the creed, my 8 objectives, they are as follows. Number 1, die, to have my affairs in order, my relationship sound, and my life's work complete. And they are. Number 2 is to make good and effective use of my time, not to waste my days. 3 is to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. 4 is to cultivate good emotional reactions. 5 is to perform good actions relative to my creed, again, as I said. 6 is to do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly and deliberately. 7 is to recognize my true limits and true opportunities. Well, actually, I got those 2 backwards, huh? And number 8 is to keep my balance. Now, as for today, the Japanese bath is finished. We had our first baths in it last night. I had another one this morning because just cause. And so today they're going to be working on the Senmenjo, the laundry room changing area, and the toilet room. So it'll be a day like before, but I'm planning some other things that more relative to the aforementioned rallying of energies and time, to make good use of time. So I'm thinking hard on that now. That's about it. Let's see, let's read comments. Kyle Blaha says, good morning, Kurt. I hope everything is going well. I think I've been out of the loop a bit, but are you discontinuing the long-form retiring in Japan videos, or is it just temporary? Hello, Kyle Blaha. I finished that series. So that series is done. So I'm just making piecemeal blog posts now and then. So I did 110 straight days of that, and I think I captured the whole process. So that series is over. High speed, Gimp. Bag of walnuts. Hi, Kurt. You mentioned on a stream a while ago about possibly exploring Mount Wild. Am I getting the name right? Is there anything else you can tell us about this? Yeah, I did talk about that. Well, it's all in my book, Going Alone. Mount Wildness is a fictitious place that may exist a little bit in reality that I made up in the book. And so going to Mount Wildness is more of an idea than a place. And so I may or may not explore it more. What I'm finding is beginning to happen is that I'm still very active, I'm doing things, but I'm not turning the camera on anymore. I'm in so many ways, I feel like a lot of I've completed my work. Not only my career, but all the other stuff too. I wrote my book, I raised my daughter, and now I'm just more or less I'm doing a lot of stuff, but I just don't turn the camera on or make social media posts anymore. I'm just kind of doing it on my own. So I may or may not share it. It depends on how things go. Strange and Scary New England. Hey Kurt, Cole here. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you as well. Thank you, Cole. Yeah, familiar friend. All right, well, I'm going to sign off for now and take the dogs out for a walk and try to get breakfast underway and finished before the contractor arrives to continue work. Hope you all have a good day. Wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care.